Welcome to This is Futbol. Bienvenidos a This is Futbol. Another Tuesday, fellas. It's great to be back with you. How was your guys' weekend?
Amazing. Blessed.
You? Yeah.
What's up, fellas? What's up?
What's up? Yeah, I see you wearing a LAFC jersey, Nico. I don't know, bro. You from the West Coast now, or what's going on?
Gotta represent. You know, MLS all day,
bro,
every
you
day.
live in Miami.
MLS, man. I'm an MLS guy. I'm not Inter Miami or LAFC or any other team. You know, I'm an MLS guy.
All right. Understandable. All right. So it's a good thing that y'all had a good weekend.
One every day. One every show. I'm gonna bring one jersey every show.
You heard it here. He's an MLS guy.
Nice, bro. He's an MLS guy. It's the first time ever, so let's put it all out there. Nico is an MLS guy. Interesting. Well, I'm glad you guys had a good weekend. I hope you guys got rested because we have an absolute massive show for our fans, for everybody who's tuning in today. We have
That'll be a fun one.
Oh, it's going to be a fun one. You're right, Socio. So we're going to go over Inter Miami versus NYCFC, the tackle herd all around the world. We'll talk about the return of Santi Rodriguez and his impact to NYCFC. We also will have a special interview with Mike Turner from the Soccer Capital podcast.
Yes, sir.
A podcast from St. Louis, who's a dear friend of the show now. And we'll have him on to talk about the unbelievable expansion St. Louis City team, going 3-0. What do you guys think about that? 3-0. Crazy, huh?
Amazing.
They're tuning in, yeah. They're right on tune.
I'm running in all departments.
I know we were talking about it before the show, and I can't wait to get in with it with Mike a little bit later. Right after that, we're going to probably get into my most favorite segment I think we've ever done on this show up to this date. We're going to do the Tiffies, baby. In recognition of the Oscars this weekend, we were promoting it today. We've been talking about doing our own version of awards. And so, tonight is the debut of the first annual ever Tiffies.
First annual.
So
let's go. That's going to be interesting. That's going to be interesting. A lot of people voted, man. I got to say that, I saw a lot of people interacting on Instagram and Twitter and giving out their votes. I think the results are going to be very, very interesting.
I know John voted.
Yeah. I mean, I voted. I know who I voted for. So let's see if the guy who I voted for won. I don't know. Only Nico knows who won. So
you paid your internet bill? They're saying that you pay your light bill, bro.
Finally, I'm caught up.
Let's see if your internet doesn't lag today. It doesn't cut off.
No promises.
All right, man. So after the Tiffies, we'll get into the second legs of Champions League. We had a couple games today. We'll have a couple games tomorrow and some games.
Games today, huh?
Yeah. And then we
the
have
Champions League this year is crazy, dude.
Absolutely, it's been absolutely
not for you, but yeah, it is.
Well, yeah. I mean, for him, it's been crazy because his team's about to go out tomorrow. So, but that's who knows? Maybe
we'll touch on that later.
Maybe the Mystic, we'll keep them alive. You never know. That's right. Since it's Liverpool, it's not La Mística. It's the Mystique because it's Liverpool.
Mystique is from X-Men, dude.
It's all right, but we'll call it the Mystique. Oh, good.
We got no chance, man.
Oh, well, but we're going to talk about it. We have to talk about it. And then we'll wrap up with a little bit of CONCACAF Champions League that we have the return leg of the Austin FC and Violet game currently going on right now.
If you see me look away, it's because I have the Violet game on the side.
Yeah, I know. Socio is our are going to be our
I'll keep you guys updated
our
throughout the
update guys. So if you anything happens, Socio, you just go ahead and interrupt at any time.
Mike, in case you're watching this right now, my brother, if they score during the interview and I interrupt, my sincerest apologies, my brother.
Hey, you know what I love about Socio Nico is he always brings his little notebook. I don't think he ever writes anything in that little notebook. But let me tell you, man, it moves you up a little step. Let me tell you, bro. It makes you look really important.
He's trying to look important. Yeah, exactly. He's trying to look important because eventually he thinks that Arteta is going to look at him and probably going to take him as an assistant coach.
I don't know.
Or maybe Neville. Who knows?
I mean, I would love right to have Socio on the side, running up and down the sidelines. You imagine Neville and Socio hugging after a Taylor goal like the one that we saw a couple games ago?
Nah.
I'll take
Let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. Inter Miami talk, man. Let's go.
Let's get into Inter Miami talk.
Hard L to take. I'm going to be fairly honest. I feel we could have gotten a draw if either of those, Joseph, especially the first one, if he gets that first one clean, we go up 1-0. That game is different. I
don't know, man.
Back and forth, very back and forth. But MVP obviously, and he's in the team of the week again. Drake.
Well, let me tell you, Socio, I had a chance to ask him a question after the game, and I was actually in the press conference with Phil Neville as well. And Phil, I wish I would have brought the video. I tweeted it out earlier in the week, but Phil actually said that he's the best goalie in the Eastern Conference right now, and I couldn't agree more with Phil Neville. I believe him. I'm agreeing. I mean, he's stopping everything. The guy is an absolute wall. At
1v1.
Yeah, but he still has a lot to prove, man. I mean, one thing is to be good, inside the goal. Primarily, that's what you want from a goalie. You want a goalie to be a shot stopper. But at the same time, he's got to get better with his feet, man, because I feel like half the chances that the other teams are given are arguably because of his fault, coming out from the back and giving the ball away too easy, So He has to work on that a little bit, I think.
Absolutely, and we've seen him have a couple of those kind of blooper style errors, playing from the back with his feet, and sometimes it looks like he might get a little nervous and he just kicks it out, kind of goes out of bounds, doesn't go anywhere. Yeah. But look, I can't disagree with Phil Neville. Calendar's been, I think, the reason why we were 2-0. He was my MVP. I thought the first two games, and definitely the MVP for the team last game. If it wasn't for him, I think it would have got ugly in the second half. I think it would have been 5 or 6-0. But Socio brings up a good point. Socio says, if Joseph gets that goal in the first half, it's a completely different game. And let me tell you, man, I was watching it here on the couch. And I saw that, by Pizarro, and I saw him crank, and I thought it was going over 90.
But those are the moments. But that, and I believe I said last week that I asked a question to you guys. When do we start getting worried about Joseph? And those are the moments where, in previous seasons, Joseph would just bury those, man.
Yeah,
he would put those on the side net.
That was before the knee.
Correct. But how much?
He's getting there. He's getting there in his game.
I don't know, man.
Game 3.
I'm next 3 games. If he doesn't score in the next 3 games, I'll start getting worried about the signing. Honestly.
No, you're just getting worried. Time out. You're getting worried about your bet.
Exactly. That's the only reason why. Yeah,
regardless of the bet. Regardless of the bet.
With your chest in the chat, with your full chest.
Correct.
You're gonna bank 15-20 easily.
Correct.
Third game of the season. Look what you're saying.
Be wrong. Sometimes we can be wrong. Like how everyone was wrong about St. Louis City. Everyone had them dead last on their first place right now.
Hold on. Everybody had them dead last, except for who? Except for
come on,
me.
Man. Come on,
me. I will bring the receipts. I will bring the receipts next week if need be. I will bring the proof if need be.
The moment of the week for Inter Miami was losing Gregory, guys. That's the huge blow that we have
for the
season. Unfortunately, Nico, like I stand by it. I think it was, we've talked a lot about it. There's been a lot of interaction on social media about it. I think personally it was a reckless play, but a soccer play nonetheless. I don't think there was any, ill intention
There
from
was no,
Pellegrini
there was
to
no
injure
malicious,
At
Gregory.
there was no
all, at
malicious,
all, at all, at
there
all.
was no malicious effort in there.
Right,
No,
right.
absolutely not.
I do agree. If there was no slide tackle at all and nobody touches Gregory, yeah, he probably doesn't
But
get
what are
injured.
you gonna do? But what are you gonna do?
That's what I'm saying. That happens all
Put
over the world.
yourself on Pellegrini's shoes.
Right.
Are you gonna make the hard tackle to gain the ball back for your team, or are you just gonna let him pass by? Absolutely,
and-
man.
He was
You make the
stopping the
hard
counter.
tackle.
He was stopping the counter. He knew what he was doing. It was a hard tackle, pero juega de fútbol. Gregory tiene que ser un poquito más picante.
To be honest, I saw the play a couple of times. And I feel like it came from his blind side. So it's not really that Gregory could have done anything on the play.
Come on, you feel that pressure once the guy.
Yeah, you can feel the pressure, but at the same time, you don't know if the guy's gonna make either a standing tackle or a slide tackle. You get
Like
me?
Danny said on one of his million tweets in regards to the situation, freak accident, bro.
Yep.
Freak accident, man.
Yep.
That's just a hard tackle.
That play happens
The pro-
everywhere. And how many times does this Frank injury happen? I mean, 9 times out of 10, it's
the
just a
first time I heard
foul,
of
and
it.
Gregory stands up. They shake hands, or maybe in that case, Gregory, might have said something dirty to him in Portuguese, and Pellegrini might have said, "Cachate puto," algo así, whatever. They would have, and you just keep going.
Yeah.
But the only thing that makes it bad or makes the injury look like a injury or make it look like a terrible play is the injury, right?
One of our first DPs, yeah. But there's a picture of him going over on the sideline while this guy's in La Camilla on the stretcher. Oh, he's telling him I'm sorry. He's hugging him, talking to the people. No harm. No, I mean, yes, harm, but no foul.
The problem now is the aftermath. Honestly, the problem now is the aftermath. The fact that we lose a huge player. Personally, I'm not the type that hypes Gregory's play. I never thought of him as a great player for the team. However, he has been showing up in the first 2 games of the season. He played really, really well. So I believe that it's going to be a very, very tough loss for the team.
No, absolutely, Nico. I mean, you hit it right on the head,
bro. That's gonna hurt a lot, bro.
I don't think Gregory has been any one of our favorites, or we've been behind him 100%, since he's been here. I think we've all been very, very critical of him as a center midfielder. We say he gets caught up a lot. He doesn't help out enough. But I think this season he's made a big, big, big change. And you can see that where he has some sort of kind of combination or something with Mota there in that 5-5. And
it's because he's been helping him. In previous
correct.
seasons, I feel like he was all by himself in the midfield, not only trying to recover the ball but also taking the ball forward. He was doing Makalele / Sergio Busquets type of role where he had to get the ball and take it up forward.
Interesting you mentioned that name. Interesting you mentioned that name. But we won't get into it today. We have, like I said, an absolute loaded show to get to today. So. We'll get to that on another show.
Exactly that.
One thing I did want to mention, was and only because, he might be a future guest of the show. And this could be a spoiler alert for some of those out there that are watching. But Santi Rodriguez, he had a game.
Here we go again, dude, with the freaking Uruguayos, man. Oh my god, dude.
Well, hold on. I wasn't even gonna.
Dude, the guy missed 2 sitters on the game.
That's what I was going to bring up. That's exactly what I was going to bring up. You don't let me finish my sentence. I was going to say, Santi Rodriguez, his play, really helped NYCFC in the final third. Although he had 2 or 3 one-on-ones that Drake Callender just said, not on me, buddy.
Socio, what's that saying? Socio, what's the saying? All roads lead to Rome.
Sí, yeah.
Danny,
for me, all roads lead
to Montevideo, dude. Christ, man.
That's how it is, bro, for me. Although today I'm sporting the Lazio jersey, so
nice.
It's not.
But going back to that Gregory topic, and not just what he brought to the table. I feel like Inter Miami definitely needs to make a signing, because if it's what reports are saying, that the player is going to be out for the rest of the season. Man, we need someone in there. We desperately need someone in there.
You can't count on him. He's going to be out therapy and then getting back into game shape. No, man.
So I have a couple friends who are doctors. One of them is actually an orthopedic, and he told me that the Liz Frank injury, usually you're in a cast for about 3 to 6 months, and then from there you can start actually putting some weight on it. So usually it's a 9 to 12 month injury to get back to full strength.
Yep.
And so, I mean, you're looking basically at, he's out for a full year. I don't think we can wait until the summer transfer window until maybe Sergio Busquets comes, or maybe we pick up somebody else. I think we either, we need to make a move tonight, today to pick up somebody, whether that be within the MLS, there could be a free agent out there that we can pick up. I do have like I said, I do have a couple names that I picked up on my scouting trip. While I went to Ecuador and Uruguay earlier this year. So I do have a couple names.
We've been hearing about the scouting trip that they can empezó podcast.
I know, but we haven't had an actual chance. Now we have a chance where we have a player who's down and we have an open spot. So I can throw out
40th minute free kick for Austin.
All right.
I think production told us that Mike's here.
I
think so. I think Mike.
If you want, you can go ahead and introduce Sally.
I want to play. I want the production to play a short video before we introduce Mike, because I want our our fan base and our followers to kind of see who St. Louis City is. So let's play a quick video.
There you go.
Team to St. Louis. On August 20th, 2019, a female-led ownership group were officially announced as the 28th club to join Major League Soccer.
It is with great honor and an incredible pleasure for me to announce that St. Louis will be the 28th team in Major League Soccer. Congratulations.
So with that video, I want to introduce our guest, Mike Turner. He is the host of the Soccer Capital podcast, a podcast who follows St. Louis City. Hi, Mike. How's it going?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing today?
Awesome.
It's great to have you on. Thanks for being here, man.
Really good. Thanks for being with us.
Oh, you're very welcome. Right now, all of us City fans are ready to talk St. Louis City all the time. See how it goes the rest of the year, but right now we're very happy.
Well, let me tell you, Mike. Socio and I, we actually played some college soccer in the Midwest. I played in Kansas City, and Socio played in Kansas and also in Iowa. So we're very aware of how how deep the grassroots soccer community really is in the Midwest, and really in St. Louis and Kansas City, in Missouri, really as a whole. So I'm not surprised to see basically, you guys are flying. Basically, how Socio's been saying, you guys are absolutely flying. So I'm not surprised.
I don't mean that only on the soccer pitch. I mean that everywhere, from the stadium, from the fan base to all those little. You guys hit the ground running.
Yeah. So that kind of leads me into my first question, and really, first and foremost, after this long journey to really finally get your team to the MLS, I know it's been a long journey for St. Louis. How does it feel to be the first expansion team? No. That's awesome for you. That's an easy one.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, we thought the team would be better than most people did, but to be as good as they are right out of the gate, even from the first game at Austin, not very many people had that one pegged. The team just came together so much better than anticipated.
Yeah, definitely.
Not only that, you've also had a few. You've also gotten lucky on a couple of miscues from other teams. But overall, and I was talking back to an old college buddy of mine who's been to the first couple games. I mean, he's telling me like these guys as a team have really come together, and they've really kind of embraced the city as a whole. And I think that's kind of what has kind of given them that propulsion to kind of go 3-0 and really what I know Nico has a couple questions for you regarding some of the players and things like that, and so I'll let him shoot some at you.
Yeah, definitely.
Quick interruption. 1-0 Austin, 51st minute.
Okay.
2 more to go.
Two more to go. Yeah, I wanted to get into an interesting topic because when we talk about expansion teams in the MLS, we always hear right off the bat, they have to make a flashy signing. For example, like LAFC went on and got Carlos Vela right away. When we started a team in Inter Miami, we went on and we got Gonzalo Higuain. However, St. Louis hasn't had that marquee signing. Do you feel like the reason behind it is to connect to maybe more towards the city?
That Lutz Pfannenstiel said that a little bit. He said there was no reason to go out and get a marquee signing because the interest in the team was already so high in the whole area that it wasn't needed for PR reasons. But he did say that he was really looking for younger players that were very hungry, and they had to fit this style of high pressing, high energy play. So it's hard to find a lot of people out there that fit all of those criteria. He was very strict on that and has been very strict since the beginning. And it's just lived up to it. Now, it's been mooted that Roberto Firmino, St. Louis City has had interest in him because Lutz Pfannenstiel was with Hoffenheim when he was brought in, along with Ernst Tanner of the Union as well was there.
Mike, you took my fourth question off. Off of my
sorry.
tongue. I mean, you just took it off. I mean, we were going to get into that. We were going to ask about that, but
there's still more to say, so you can ask that later. We'll get into it.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Nico. Sorry to cut you off.
No, definitely. And also, I wanted to know who are some of the fan base favorites players, because we don't really know much about the team, and we wanted to get more into that.
Well, the DPs, Klaus and Edward Leuven, they're the DPs because they are the ones that actually had fees associated with their signing more than, say, their salary coming in. Everybody else came in on a free internationally or through the expansion draft or low-cost free agents. The big fan favorite is Joshua Yarrow. He's on the bench, used to be with the Union. You might remember him back in the day. He was with their MLS Next Pro team last year. He was the captain, led those on. Has been very good in the community, very nice guy. He's a big fan favorite. How much he's going to see the field, we don't know. Of course, Klaus and Leuven have been spectacular so far. And Jabula Bloom, the South African kid, came from South Africa, from Kaiser Chiefs, to play the defensive backfield. He wasn't in the last game. He's been ill. He's in health and safety protocol.
That one has to be a connection with the coach, right? Because I believe he coached there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he played at Kaiser Chiefs in South Africa, and they found him. Seems to be a very exciting player. All of South Africa now seems to be City is their MLS team, judging by social media, and we're happy to have them. Those are big favorites, but really everybody's rallying around everyone on the team.
Right. So a quick tidbit. I don't know if you are aware. I'm sure you're aware, Mike, but I don't know if the guys or our viewers are aware. But Lutz, who is the sporting director for St. Louis City, he's actually the only player to play in all 6 professional or
continents.
In all 6 organizations.
Yeah,
professional FIFA type organizations. So that's actually pretty interesting, and so he's probably got a lot of deep connections, and that's probably what why you guys have such a good kind of foundation. I'm sure he's one of the main people responsible for that.
Yeah, he's got a deep Rolodex. And if you don't know about Lutz Pfannenstiel, he has a book out there. This may be the most fascinating man in the world. He actually died on the pitch as a player once.
Oh, wow.
He was thrown in prison in Singapore, I believe, for match fixing that he was let go. And he stole a penguin once.
The penguin story is hilarious.
Yeah, that's great. He's also, Klaus, he brought in from Brazil to Hoffenheim. Klaus went on loan to 6 different places. He's one of the first ones he got back. Edward Leuven, he had tried to sign already twice in his career for his teams. This time he finally landed him. He also scouts a lot. He was out visiting youth teams, was in a little town called Boonville, Missouri, out, he says, in a cornfield where he saw Miguel Perez and brought him into the academy. And now he's the homegrown that had just started the last game. He's 17 years old.
Yeah, that's a big promise for you guys.
Yeah. Second, we've already got 2 homegrown players and we played 3 games. That's a pretty good record so far.
Yeah. Do you feel like that's the road that the organization wants to take? More of a building around homegrown players rather than other formats in the MLS. For example, like LAFC brought in a lot of players from overseas.
Yeah, it was stated at the beginning. Since the very beginning, the first time Lutz talked to anybody about what he wanted to do youth development with all the talent in the St. Louis area, which is so extensive. It's a no-brainer, really. And with his contacts, especially in the Bundesliga, he knows people that he can facilitate transfers out as well as the transfers in. So I think he's looking to take advantage of that as well.
Yeah, he was at Hoffenheim. He was
Stuttgart.
Stuttgart. He's at a few clubs in Germany. So like you said, I mean, the connections are endless there. And I mean, I think that just shows how important it is to have a sporting director that has a lot of ties out there to a lot of different folks, and has kind of like a mindset or a plan in place as to what he wants to do with his team. So I mean, Lutz is just he's just basically he's a template. He's a template for basically what any MLS expansion team should do. And Inter Miami should. We hope we should. We really hope that they would have done that, but
we should take some notes. Definitely shake some notes.
But
Mike, one question here.
Okay.
A bit early still. You guys are 3-0 and all that, but what's the energy like? What are the expectations? What are the fans? What's the city feeling?
The city euphoric, to be quite honest. Probably would have been anyway. Like the first home game, got season tickets in the supporter section. We were amazed as we looked around the stadium late in the second half, and the entire stadium, all of the seats, everybody was still standing and chanting, all 22,400. That was unbelievable. I knew the passion was high, but that was incredible. Everybody's just so excited. Maybe some of them getting carried away, as you can imagine. I've seen now these
the red Kool-Aid over there. They're drinking
their city red is the official color.
Yeah,
many will call it pink as well.
They were drinking the pink Kool-Aid down here after 2-0, and we went up to New York this weekend, and it did. I mean, we scored.
Brought us back to reality real quick.
I guess we didn't really lose because nobody still scored on us. But I mean, we're 2-1 now, so I don't think anybody's drinking the pink Kool-Aid anymore. So
yeah, and you lost Gregory. That's tough.
That is.
I really did not like to see that. You guys did start out playing pretty well, I would say.
Yeah, and that was actually going to lead me to that next question. What do you know of, or what do you think of Inter Miami, and are you guys excited to play us this season?
Yeah, I'm excited to play it. I've been watching all of it. We've been on our podcast now for 2 years, even though it's only the team's third game. So we've had a lot of lead in, a lot of stuff to make up to talk about. Been following what's gone on in your front office. Hiring Chris Henderson was a fabulous move. He has done a tremendous job digging you guys out of that hole. Definitely. I would say you're probably better off now, even after all the penalties and all of the roster turnover, than you ever were before. He's been fantastic.
Absolutely.
And Phil Neville, the job he did last year with Gonzalo Higuain from the midseason on was fabulous as well. So I'm excited about watching your team. Style of play has gotten a lot better. Players seem to be bought in. This team seems to be exciting to watch, which unfortunately I must say in the early days it was not.
No.
So
you're
absolutely correct.
You can be honest.
We're known for hitting our team hard. So
yeah.
So you're free to say whatever you want here.
It
was bad. We were terrible. It's the honest truth. We were. So,
but I've been following, watching the turnaround. I'm kind of excited about it. Looking forward to the match.
Absolutely. And
I wanted to get into something. We don't really know who the rivalry will be for St. Louis. Who's really the rival team in the MLS, or who could?
It's got to be Chicago, Nico. It's always St. Louis, Chicago.
Chicago's there, but
yeah, you got Cardinals, Cubs, you got Blackhawks, Blues. I mean, it's got to be.
But it's going to be Sporting Kansas City.
You think so?
Yeah.
They're trying to steal the title of soccer capital away from St. Louis.
Oh,
okay.
And they're desperate for it. And yeah, it's going to be Sporting Kansas City.
Okay. That's going to be a bit of rivalry there. Okay.
Yeah.
So we
and the same conference, too. Chicago's in the East.
Correct.
And we're in the West. So we're going to be seeing Sporting Kansas City. I'm quite sure it's going to be them. It's going to be pretty hot, too.
That's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah.
It is. Well, I really hope to get out. I'm not entirely sure when Inter Miami plays St. Louis out there. But I've got a lot of friends out there from college, so I got a free place to stay. My buddy Zach already told me, I can sleep on his couch. So I hope to be up there for that game.
And we can definitely merge. We can definitely merge a show together and talk about both teams.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be pretty good. And get that ticket because they're really hard to come by here right now.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I'll make sure we get
I
there.
can imagine.
We had 60,000 deposits the first day, 50,000 in the first hour for season tickets 18 months ago when they went on. If you were 15 minutes late, you didn't get season tickets.
Get any.
Yeah.
Wow.
One of our guests, one of our fans out there is asking, what's your prediction? Do you see St. Louis making the playoffs?
Well, when you start off with 9 points out of your first 3 games, 18 to 19 teams in MLS have done that. It's a good way to play. The way the team plays seems to be sustainable. You've got the high press, decent defense. Press can always be burned, but they're much better on the ball than I think we ever anticipated, to be honest. And it's just a singular idea with a style of play from the beginning with the players that all fit. I have to say with the expanded playoffs, I'm feeling pretty good about making to the 9 on that, at least to the play-in game. But right now, the way that they're playing, of course, injuries can come in. People can find you out. I've seen it happen before. Austin ran into that. They had a hot start as well on the road and then kind of fell apart. But with 9 points already in the bag and some pretty bad teams out there, I'm feeling fairly confident on their chances already this early in the season.
Definitely. And we were talking about that, prior to the show, just how unpredictable the MLS can be. At any given moment, teams can be red hot and then immediately just hit a slump and miss playoffs completely. And to talk about that, we were also mentioning the fact that a lot of experts didn't really have St. Louis, either making playoffs or even making any noise. Going anywhere. It just goes to show you, that you can never know in the MLS.
Yeah, with 29 teams, to fairness to those experts, they didn't know these guys. They probably also didn't know what a lot of people don't is he signed so many of those international players. They came in last summer. They did train with the team. Some of them did play in MLS Next Pro.
Okay.
So they all had that together. Plus they got their apartments. They got their paperwork done. They got their cars, their banks. They found out where the grocery stores are. They got settled in and all they have to do to play. And that's huge. That's really, it's apparent on the field how big that is.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Well, but before we let you go, Mike, and for those listening on Spotify, we have Mike Turner on the This is Futbol podcast. He is the host for the Soccer Capital podcast. That is a podcast that follows St. Louis City. Before we let you go, we got to ask you, I want some sort of prediction from you or something. Is Firmino going to St. Louis City?
Yeah, if you made me pick, I'd say no.
Okay.
Too many suitors out there. Yes. Okay. So he already knows the pressing system with Liverpool, already knows it with Hoffenheim. Yeah. Him and Klaus, he's not a frontline striker. Him and Klaus would be devastating, and Leuven feeding the ball.
Yes.
Right now, I can already dream on that. Yeah, I want him. Am I going to hold my breath that we actually get the signing done? Lutz gives us an in, so there's always a chance. So let me ask you the question. Are you going to get Messi?
Yes.
Mike Ryan Rees insists that that's going to be out there. So
I actually know Mike. He works with my brother. So I mean, we know some folks, as well over there in Europe. Nico has some contacts over there as well. From things that we're hearing, he wants to stay over in Europe one more year. He wants to win, one more Champions League.
Sure.
We don't know who that's going to be with. PSG is a complete dumpster fire. Barcelona, with all the allegations going on, I don't know if can they sign him? Can they not? I've been telling the guys in the group, I think if he's going to stay in Europe, his only option is Manchester City. I don't know how they get that deal done, but if not, I think his only other option is to. And I think one of our local celebrities mentioned it on a podcast last week, Fernando Fiore. His only other option really is to come to the MLS, be the face of the MLS, and kind of be the face of the 2026 Copa America. And Miami is the perfect place to do it. So,
yeah,
that's my prediction.
And the other one was go back to Rosario, and then there's been violence against his family's store down there. That doesn't help that cause either at all.
And I don't think him and his family want to move to Saudi Arabia, because I know that they offered him something good from there, and I don't think his family wants to move there. So, again, I mean, we're kind of like you guys. We don't know. We hope he comes. My gut feeling is he does come, but we're not holding our breath. We've been holding our breath for 4 years now, and I'm dying. So
we'll wait.
But it's not a hopeless cause, is what I'm hearing as well.
It's
not fool's hope that you have. But I understand you're just like me with Firmino. It's all tempered.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, But all right, Mike, we want to thank you so much for coming on. Again,
thank you very much.
Mike Turner from the Soccer Capital podcast from St. Louis. Thank you so much for coming on. We hope we can, do this again sometime. Maybe come on your show and, get a little Inter Miami banter going on with you and your co-host over there.
Very good.
And if you come down to a game, you come to our tailgate. We'll
Absolutely.
All right. And if you guys do come into St. Louis, we have a tailgate right across the street from the stadium every week. So
fantastic. What do you guys serve? Because we serve choripans here. I don't know if you're a fan of chorizo, but
I love chorizo.
Oh, perfect.
Mike's We're gonna get along, Mike. We're gonna get along.
I didn't get this lovely thick body from eating salad. I lived in Tucson, Arizona for 25 years. I love me some chorizo. Yeah.
All right. So Mike's gonna fit in good. So what do you guys serve? Just out of curiosity.
Actually, in the city of St. Louis, tailgating is against the law. So what it is it's bars. They go outside, close down the streets. The huge, long-lasting, like we got a supporters group, the St. Louligans,
like what they do for Busch, for the Cardinals games at Busch Stadium and stuff, where the folks just kind of bar hop right outside the stadium.
Yeah, and with the big building everywhere around it, it's there. Food trucks around, the streets blocked off. The bars then serve the beer, things like that. That has to do with the laws because it is in downtown, and it is a full district downtown with training fields. The academy, the offices, the store, the stadium, they're all on the same footprint of land in downtown.
Oh, wow. Well,
yeah, it's something else.
Well, we'll definitely, I want to get to that game. That's a game that I want to go to because I've got friends up there anyway. So,
and the stadium looks fantastic.
The stadium's fabulous. I'll be there again this Saturday in the freezing cold. Not looking forward to the cold and looking forward to the stadium in the game.
Definitely.
All right. Yeah. Well, good luck, Mike. And once again, thanks again for coming on. And we hope to talk to you soon. Good luck this weekend.
All right. Good luck to you guys as well. Take care. Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you, Mike.
All righty, guys.
That was a good interview, man. That was really good.
We learned a little about a team in the MLS, about a team that needs to be doing it right, huh?
Yeah, we gotta do this more often because I feel like our fan base wants to know a little bit more about the other teams as well. Like different organizations, the way they manage their team, the players that they bring. It's very interesting to know all that.
Yeah. I'm sorry about it. I didn't get to ask him about if he likes Morcilla, but I'm sure he does.
El Ten Hag.
And so I want to transition into. what we talked about earlier in the show, which is going to be, my most favorite segment on the entire, whatever episodes we've done here.
So
it's ready.
Hopefully there was no Uruguayos to vote, man, because this guy, man.
No, there wasn't, and I'm willing to share a screenshot of my voting card, for all those. I'll put it on Twitter after the show, so everybody can see who I voted for.
All right.
So are we ready for the Tiffies?
We're ready for the Tiffies, man.
No, we're not ready for the Tiffies. We're not ready. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Give me a second.
Where's this guy going, bro? He's the host. He's literally gonna just leave the show like this. Nah, look at this guy, man. Oh my gosh.
Now, a little bit of bourbon.
Whoa. You guys didn't let me know. I didn't get the memo. What's going on?
No, you're not on that chat, bro.
What's going on? I didn't get the memo.
You're not on that chat. So, we're drinking a little bourbon here. We got the Blazers on. This is a big moment. This is a big moment in the This Is Futbol podcast history. Oh my God. Oh my God. We got, who is that? Is that the Pitbull with hair? Oh my God. I didn't know that was happening, but
James Harden showed up.
This is a really, really, really big moment in the This Is Futbol podcast history. We're gonna do our first ever awards ceremony. We want to thank the viewers for voting today. We had a bunch of posts up on Twitter and Instagram to for everybody to vote. We had our wonderful accountants over at Nico's house tally up all the scores, and I think we're ready. I think we're ready to start announcing some of these people.
All right, let's do it.
So let's start going first with I don't know what category should we go first with, Nico?
I think we gotta go with the most dramatic award.
Most dramatic. So the most dramatic.
Who were the candidates, Socio? This guy doesn't even remember.
He's on mute. He doesn't remember. I thought it was going to be in the
Did he really pay that bill? Did he really pay that bill? All right, so the candidates.
De Bruno Fernandes.
So the candidates are as follows.
Y el pájaro
Richarlison. Richarlison. The candidates were Richarlison, Bruno, and Neymar. Drum roll, Rani. Drum roll. And the winner is...
Cheers.
Bruno Fernandes.
There's no wrong answer here. There's no wrong answer.
There is no wrong answer. They're all a bunch of crybabies.
To be quite honest. Quite honest.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like you guys criticize Neymar too much, man. I don't think Neymar is that.
I feel like Neymar spends a lot of time on the floor, so I'm allowed to criticize him. So, maybe.
I think for the people that voted for Bruno Fernandes, I feel like if you're not a United fan, you can't.
I'm not gonna lie, I made like 3 accounts and voted for Bruno Fernandes 3 times.
There you go. He made all his brothers and sisters in Saudi Arabia vote.
No wonder.
It would have been a landslide. No. Those votes I used for another category.
Yeah. I think like everyone said, there's no wrong answer on this one, but
no, absolutely not.
Bruno was definitely one of the high candidates, especially after the year he's been having. Like I feel like he's crying too much this year.
Absolutely. I mean, that guy is just. He's just
ever since he started hating on Ronaldo, his career is dead. Yeah. Can't talk bad about the goats, bro.
Yeah. All right, next one, Danny. Which was next? I think director, right?
I think we're gonna go with director. So the 3 candidates we had for best director.
But don't know the order.
Oh, I know the order, baby. The 3 candidates for best director were Mikel Arteta, Lionel Scaloni,
Muerto,
and Carlo Ancelotti were the 3 candidates.
All right, Socio, drum roll, Socio, drum roll.
Give us that drum roll. And the winner is
Color me surprised. Color me surprised.
No way.
Right.
Somebody hacked.
No.
Somebody hacked it. Somebody
Yeah.
hacked it.
This has to be hacked. This
Somebody
literally has
hacked
to be
this.
hacked, man.
I called my
No.
brothers over there.
Hey, hold on. Hey, this is where you used all the votes for?
We got I got people in high places.
How can
No.
Mikel Arteta win something after not winning anything yet? I know Arsenal's
Because it's
top
called
of the
being
league.
best director, and he's directed us from nothing to something.
And what has Scaloni done? Argentina was non-existent for 30 years.
So how are you not gonna win with Messi and that team?
This has to be red.
Hey, what about Ancelotti?
Frankie, you're
It's
right.
like people who rate Pep
This
Guardiola.
is rigged.
It's like people
This
who
is
rate
rigged.
Pep Guardiola.
You don't rate Pep Guardiola? How do you not rate Pep
Nope.
Guardiola? He wins. He wins a trophy. He wins 1 or 2 trophies every
Yeah,
season.
you spend $1 billion per season, you have to win. That's easy.
I mean, but
I
this
could
guys
do that.
Actually, if you ask Chelsea, it's not that easy because they spend $2 billion per season and they still can't win. So
and they still can't win.
Yeah, but that's a small club. We don't talk about them.
Small
we don't talk about the small clubs in London.
Nah, but again, they don't count.
Man, this one's rigged. This one definitely is rigged. I cannot believe that Arteta won this.
Yeah.
I honestly thought that he would be last place, but I guess
honestly, personally, I mean, personally, I didn't vote for any of the three. My candidate was an outside candidate. My candidate was a coach for Union Berlin. Like I said, I'll post my who I voted for. But my candidate was Urs Fischer. I think what he's done over there is incredible. So Arteta, to me, I mean, that's a joke, bro. This guy's been doing nothing for the last couple of years. Socio, you've been hating on him. I got all the receipts. Come on, bro. You hacked the system. Don't lie to us, bro. Just be honest.
Show him. Show the receipts.
No. We don't need that. We don't need that right now. We don't need that right now. Let's get moving. Let's get moving. Best supporting actor.
Best supporting actor. So
this one's difficult.
Basically, the best assist or the
correct.
Most assist.
I think this one was complicated, man.
This one was tough.
Who are the candidates?
That's the thing. That's why it was tough. But
is that Will Smith? Is that Will Smith?
I really like the changing glasses. It doesn't look like Will Smith. It looks like the guy that played his friend on the Fresh Prince, Jazz. With a beard. That's who it looks like. I don't know about me, but honestly, and just about now they should throw him out of the shop because I don't know, bro.
Rest in peace, Uncle Phil.
Anyway, so Uncle Phil, rest in peace, bro. All day.
All right.
Anyway,
so the candidates.
So the three candidates you had Kevin De Bruyne. You had which was a big candidate. You had I don't remember the other two. Nico,
By the way,
you put them together.
What a disgusting goal he scored today, man. That was unbelievable.
It was. We'll get to it. We'll get to that. But and the other two. So you had Kevin De Bruyne. You had the other two candidates were
Kevin De Bruyne, Luka Modric, and Bukayo Saka.
Get excited. Great three. Great.
I don't understand how Saka got on that.
Papi.
I don't know, bro, but Messi leads the world in assists right now. So I don't know how Saka got on that list.
Saka's the top, I think top 2, right? Assist man in the Premier League.
And it's even worse. Wait till you hear who the winner is.
All right, let's see who the winner is, bro.
Oh, you already know the winner. You got.
Give us that drum roll, Stevie.
And the winner is.
El gringo, Kevin De Bruyne. El Colorado.
Over Luka Modric.
Nah, he deserves it, bro. He deserves it.
I think this was a surf. Yeah, man. Yeah, Luka Modric had a good season last year, dude. What are you talking about? Luka Modric was a great last year, not this year. He's been really
still been great orchestrating. No, his
KDB's carrying the citizens on his back all year.
Yeah,
he's been carrying the team on his back. This is his season.
They're still right there. They're still within striking distance to win the Premier League. You do.
They are. Yeah.
And they just qualified to the quarterfinals.
I'm still 5 points ahead, Papi. Top of the league. Don't forget it either. Okay. Talk to me nice. All right.
Where's your case? All
right, let's keep going.
All right, and the last one, the one that everyone's been waiting for. All right, Danny.
I think it's the one. I mean, look how excited Nico is for this one. Look, he's rubbing his hands.
The Birdman rub.
So it was basically, it was it was best actor or best player essentially would be our category, and the top 3 nominees were Mbappe, Lionel Messi, and Karim Benzema, who's been having a monster year this year.
Right there.
But
right
the
there.
winner,
look, right
the
there.
winner, like Nico is holding it up there, and we'll have the production truck put it up. No drum roll needed for this guy, but he got it done this year. He won the World Cup, and there's
penal para Argentina somewhere in the world. Hay un penal para Argentina right now.
There you go. There you go, Messi. You deserve it, Messi. You deserve it, Messi. There you go.
Penal.
Muerto. There you go. Hey, Nico got to do what he always wanted to do: give Messi a trophy. So there you go.
Yeah. I actually gave him. We actually gave him one. Last time we interviewed him, Renier and I, we gave him a Balón de Oro. So that was really nice.
Well, I'd like to hear about that story on one of our upcoming podcasts. That's an interesting story that I'd like to get into. I did not know that, but now that I do, we're definitely going to get into that.
So, the best season Rashford's had, Martinelli's 2 goals behind him chilling. Rashford es muerto, Álvaro.
Hey, Frankie.
So that wraps up the first annual Tiffies. We want to thank everybody for voting. Honestly, it was a crazy, wacky segment that we kind of just put together out of nowhere. We wanted to have fun with it. Hope you guys had fun with it. I'm with Sophia.
But talking about words, the reason why we did it is because the Oscars were on this past weekend, and
we'll actually try it next year, guys.
I'm really.
We promise.
Off topic. Brendan Fraser, man, finally getting an award, dude. I honestly, I haven't seen that movie that he got the award for, The Whale. I heard it's pretty good.
Shout out to Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, man. Hey, he deserves it, man. The guy, he's been in some tough movies in his life. So, the fact that
The Mummy, that's a classic, dude. That's one of our childhood classics.
Absolute classic. You're right. It's an absolute classic. But I mean, he's been in some other guys like Encino Man, Bedazzled. I don't know, but
put on the Cafecito's message up on the screen real quick and leave it for a solid 30 seconds. Este man sabe. Don Cafecito.
Best dress. Jesus Christ. No way.
What can I say then? All right, keep going. You were saying.
All right, man.
So I want to, that wraps up the Tiffies. That was fun, guys. I mean, it was cool just to interact with everybody and have everybody.
We'll get it better next year. We'll do it in person. Next season it's gonna be in person.
Absolutely.
We're gonna have to dress in tuxedos. You guys gotta send me the memo, dude. I didn't know that we were supposed to wear a suit.
Yeah. For sure.
No,
for sure.
I know.
I see how it is.
You're not in that group chat, so we'll make sure we add you after this.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
No problem. All right, man. So let's get into Champions League soccer because, we had a couple games today.
We're gonna talk about just today's Champions League games, right? Because tomorrow.
No, sir. We're gonna talk about today. We're gonna talk about tomorrow, and we might possibly talk about next week too. We will see.
But there's no next week.
6 minutes left enough.
There's no next week. On Friday we have the draw.
That's what I meant.
International.
That's exactly what I meant. Friday. So, I mean, what did you guys think about the games today? Porto Inter 0-0.
The ref gave away that game. The ref ruined that Man City game.
Yeah, that was definitely not a PK. That was definitely not a PK.
That
was awful. That was an awful call, by the way. But again, even though
and then Ederson, nah, salí de acá. He can come out and karate chop Jackie Chan him, and play on. And he gives a yellow to El Muerto de Timo Werner. Ese otro paquete también. That guy's trash, bro.
Say that to Chelsea fans. Say that to Chelsea fans.
Alvarito, trash.
No, but going back to the game. Honestly, yeah, besides those huge mistakes by the referee.
They were gonna run them over, but that ruined the game.
City was gonna run that team over, man.
But don't give it to them like that.
Yeah.
They're
firing all cylinders,
5 goals by Terminator.
Yeah, that guy's unbelievable, man. I think is he the greatest poacher of all time?
Absolutely.
He's looking like
zero doubt in my mind.
He's looking like it.
Because when you watch him play,
30 goals.
He has 38 goals. He has surpassed. No. 38 goals in total for City this season. He has surpassed their greatest goal scorer in one single season.
Yeah, you know what, Nico? They had to change the rules for him to possibly qualify to a World Cup, which we will get into a little bit later.
Well, he hasn't qualified to a World Cup yet, so we don't know.
That's what I'm saying. But they had to change the rules for him to possibly qualify because
they didn't change the rules for him. They changed the rules for something else.
Well, but if not, that guy was never going to see the inside of a World Cup stadium for his
Cuba's
life.
going to the next World Cup.
Huh?
No.
Cuba's going to the next World Cup.
Nuestro amigo venezolanos. Maybe
Venezuela.
Ni ellos.
I mean, I will tell you this: a little bit of if you want to connect two things together. But Lutz, who our good friend Mike Turner was talking about earlier, actually was an assistant coach for Cuba. So a connection there.
All right.
So there's a little bit a little tidbit there. So I don't know if Mike is still listening or if he if he
playing 4D chess. I like it.
If you and to share with your friends about good old Lutz there. So
seems like Danny needs to pay for his internet today. Tells you.
You see it, right? I don't want to. You see, I'm a humble guy. I don't like to talk down on others or anything. But you look like you're the Shakira.
Oh, really? It's bad.
Yeah.
You gotta pay, man. You gotta pay.
No, you're right. No, I forgot to pay this month.
So can we move on to talking? Oh, wait.
No. We gotta keep on talking about City, dude.
Wait.
I want to.
That passed already. We're gonna go to.
I want to give a comment.
And then we're gonna move on till tomorrow. Say your comment.
I want to give my comment about City.
Yeah, we know you're a City fan now.
I truly, I'm being honest. I'm being analytical here.
Okay, sorry.
I truly believe that if things go the way that they're looking, Manchester City will finally win a Champions League this season. I really, really have a feeling that they're going to win the Champions League season. Especially because there's not one candidate where you can say they're the true candidates to win it all. Maybe Bayern Munich, but again, I don't see a Bayern Munich. I don't see a Bayern Munich that dominant.
What about Napoli?
Yeah, Napoli.
I feel like Napoli has played. In Serie A, we can't really say.
What? Now, Cava and Osimhen against Los
Hold on a second. Hold on. But I want to drop some other news on you. If Napoli makes it through tomorrow and they're up 2-0 on their leg, I don't know when the last time was, but when was the last time 3 Italian teams made it to the quarterfinals?
It hasn't happened since the 90s.
And when was the last time AC and Inter qualified together into the quarterfinals?
Yeah. And they qualified. But again, they played Porto on one end, and they played Tottenham,
and they almost lost at the end.
But that's how the cards fell. You can't blame them. I mean, they just went and they played. So I mean, that's just how it happens.
Those results are really, really bad for the French league in the coefficient, in the UEFA coefficient, because the French league has, I believe, 3 teams that make it to the Champions League every season. Mm-hmm. They might go down and get only 2 teams because of that. So the Italian league is pushing to be the second best league, and they would actually get 4 teams to play in the Champions League next season. So
it's interesting to know. So moving on to tomorrow, because we already talked about today, and we really don't care about that Napoli game. The one we really care about is Real Madrid Liverpool.
Real Madrid Liverpool.
And, this is basically Mystique versus La Mística. That's what we're calling this.
Liverpool who?
Oh, now he's an LAFC fan. Now he took out the hat.
No, he's an MLS.
That's right. He's an MLS guy. No, wait. Not only is he an MLS guy, he's also a City fan too, and a City fan.
Yeah.
MLS.
This year he's a City fan. He's a City fan. He bought a Haaland shirt for his son in a size L for adults.
L so he could wear it.
Exactly.
L is what we've been taking. L is what we've been taking in the Premier League.
He bought it for Enzo when he turns 18.
And in the Champions League.
Te comiste 5 en casa, 5 at home.
What's there to talk about tomorrow?
Honestly,
a lot. How many more is Madrid gonna put on you?
Nah, you see, I take the opposite take.
Vinny's gonna be over there on the cup like this.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
On the cup,
look, Liverpool's been in this position more than once before. we've seen them,
Sí,
multiple times again, be down in a leg or even be down in a game and come back. You talk about that historic AC Milan, Champions League final. You talk about the Barcelona series a couple of years ago. You don't think they have it in them, Nico? Not this year?
Honestly, it's not the fact that they don't have it in them. I think there's various factors to take on this.
10 minutes.
10 minutes what?
10 minutes they added on for Austin.
It's still 2-0?
2-0, minute 92.
So they need one more to go to PKs.
Yeah, there's an injury.
One more for PKs.
They're 2 minutes inside the 10.
So hold on. So how many minutes is the Violet guys gonna stay on the floor now? The 10 minutes.
Tírate. And nothing happened.
Por eso.
But yeah, no.
Sorry.
There's various factors. The fact that there's a lot of injuries that are taking in place. For example, tomorrow's midfield. I believe that even Milner might play because Henderson got hurt, Valles got hurt, Thiago's hurt. So that's huge.
Thiago been hurt.
Thiago's been hurt since he got here. So that's huge. And another fact is when you talked about all those comebacks, yeah, you talked about primarily one of the greatest comebacks, which is the final. We understand that, but that was two decades ago. So we can't really count that one. And the second one was against Barcelona, and the Barcelona one was done in Anfield. So having the stadium push you through, in a comeback really makes a difference. And they're not going to have that tomorrow. The Bernabeu is going to be firing in all cylinders for all the blancos out there, and I honestly don't think it will be very, very rare to actually,
You include Socio when you say all the blancos. You include Socio in that, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Socio's the biggest
Madrid.
A la Madrid. Don't make me take out my jersey.
Oh, okay. So he's admitting it. Okay.
There you go.
What are you gonna say?
I don't know. What were you gonna say?
I don't know how you guys. I don't know how you guys feel about. We talked about the Champions League, but I don't know if you guys feel like in previous seasons that we had a lot more to play for. There was a lot more comebacks. There was a lot more exciting games. I honestly feel like this season is missing a little bit of that. At least in the round of 16. I didn't see a game in the round of 16 where you can get really, really excited about whether it was the first leg or the second leg.
And I think that's directly related.
5-2 at Anfield. That was an exciting game. Just because for you it wasn't.
No, but I understand what Nico is saying.
I do get what you're saying.
Overall, this Champions League has been very different than other Champions League.
The next round's gonna be a hit.
Last season with the Real Madrid comebacks, it was insane, man. It was one after the other. It was glorious to watch that.
Yeah. So, all right, I want to wrap that topic up. We got one topic left, before we close out the show, and that's the announcement of the new format of the 2026 World Cup.
Yeah, you're right.
Which I'm super excited to discuss. I know you had forgotten about this, Nico, but I did not forget. I'm excited. I had been dreading the fact that Gianni Infantino was lobbying to change it from 32 to 48 teams. And we were talking about this format of having 16 groups of 3 teams. And I'm like, what? So Uruguay or Argentina or Brazil or Colombia, they're going to be stuck in these groups with like Tahiti and San Marino now. Like that's who we're going to play.
No,
okay. That's what I thought.
Shout out to all our friends in Tahiti, though.
Hey, no. And it's not a negative comment. I'm just saying that there's just going to be a lot less competitive games now in the World Cup than there was before because there's just more teams. It's just a fact. Money. I mean, as you can read up on the screen, so the World Cup is going to be going from 32 to 48 teams. So that'll be 16 more teams. We don't have the breakouts for the different confederations are there. I know that CONMEBOL gets 6.5 spots. More. Yeah, 6.5 spots now instead of
5.5.
Sorry, 5.5 spots. You're correct. And then CONCACAF, I believe, gets 4.5 spots. They get another 1.5 spots. I think Europe is a beneficiary.
16.
I think 16, and then Africa is the beneficiary of getting the most out of this. Correct? The CAF gets, I think, 8 extra teams.
I believe there's 3 or 4 more for what they have now.
Okay.
So it's gonna be 8.
So the total number of games is going to increase from what it is now to 104 games. We're going to have 12 groups of 4. just like a normal World Cup, your first 2 teams in each group will qualify to the next round. But in this World Cup, you'll have 8 of the best third place teams advance alongside those top 2, which is going to make it interesting because we're going to see some first place teams play third place teams, some second place teams play third place teams. It's going to be interesting to see who gets that third place.
And upsets are always a thing in soccer, bro.
Right, and once you get into the knockout stage, anything is possible, right? Right, guys?
Yeah. So you're not gonna once you get into the knockout stage, it's not gonna be straight into round of 16. You're gonna have a round of 32s. So you're gonna have if you make it all the way to the World Cup final, instead of being 7 games, it's gonna be 8 games.
Yeah, but if they give you a penalty in every game, you should win the World Cup. So, I mean,
fun fact.
Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't.
Yeah.
Asterisk. This was a bubble World Cup.
Are you saying Argentina? Are you saying Argentina's going to repeat in 2026? Is that what you're saying?
Nope.
Oh no, absolutely not. I'm saying Uruguay's going to win it all, but
and get that 5th star.
You already know what happened with this guy, right? That jersey right there. That jersey says it all. You know that, right?
Which one? The one.
The jersey that I have right here.
The one right there.
That one has an actual star in this century. Not in black and white. HD, 4K.
Oh man, you got me on that one.
I think there was
one of our
Alaska.
We haven't really talked about this a lot, but Frankie brings up a really interesting question. Who is the favorite in 2026?
Too early to tell, man.
I think it's too early. I think it's too early to tell. I think the Copa America,
not Argentina,
the Leagues Cup. I think that's going to give us a little bit more insight into some of these teams and how they reform their teams. Argentina is going to go through some some regeneración, right? Some sort of bringing up some youth. No, you don't think so?
The team is super young, dude.
Yeah. You think you're going to keep Otamendi back there in the back?
You don't have Otamendi, but you have Lisandro Martinez, dude.
All right, but I'm just saying they're gonna
Besides Otamendi and Di Maria, the rest of the players could actually make it to the next World Cup.
Acuna can make it to the next World Cup.
Acuna's 29 years old.
Okay, all right. So I mean, I know for our team, Socio. I mean, I guess since we didn't win the World Cup, we can't talk. But I guess for our teams, there's going to be some changes. I'm excited to see. I'm actually excited to see some of the changes for Colombia because Colombia looks to have some really nice young players in their young system. And
Colombia's issue is not the players that they have, but the management that they have. The federation is just awful at selecting coaches.
Pura rosca.
Pura rosca, like Colombians would say. Pura rosca, yeah. So once they get that right, then I think they will be able to make some noise.
Because the talent's there.
The talent's definitely.
And then my other one, the red, white, and blue one. Oh, it's a Jerry Springer show over there.
Yeah, that one is.
We're gonna stay for another show because
for another show.
There is a whole bag of worms to talk about and to unpack there. So we'll definitely get into that U.S. men's national team, that Berhalter Reina saga that has come out over the last 48 hours, and we've basically been living over the last few months. We'll get into that on a future show.
So what Frankie said. Sorry to cut you off. This World Cup is going to set a precedent in the sense, we're not ever going to see another World Cup hosted by a single country. From now on, it's going to be multiple. And I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know. Maybe a big nation could host a single one again. Maybe like France, someone like France.
Yeah. I mean, I think only countries with infrastructures that are currently established for World Cups should only be hosting World Cups, because I think we've seen other nations who have had to build stadiums. It's basically you don't make money, you lose money at the end of the day. And I understand that FIFA wants to award some of these smaller countries to give them
they're trying to be inclusive. They're trying to
and I get it, but maybe they do what they're doing like with the youngers, like the U20s. It's going to be in Indonesia. That's fantastic. So you do the younger World Cups in kind of these countries. The U17s is going to be in Peru. The U17 Sudamericano is going to be in Ecuador. No. So absolutely. What happened? Goal?
No, off the line. Game over. Violet
Violet moves on. So breaking news here, right on the This Is Futbol podcast. Breaking news: Violet from Haiti takes out Austin FC in the CONCACAF Champions League. Unbelievable.
I don't know if I can show my screen. Can I show my screen? No, right?
No.
I don't think you can, man. I don't think you can. I don't think they'll
let
you,
they're celebrating like crazy.
But
I mean, you wouldn't celebrate?
Of course.
Yeah.
We want
How much of
to.
them are saying now?
We want to show you something, Socio. That
By the way, Philadelphia won 4-0 today.
I forgot they were playing. Yeah,
we know I was gonna have, but so Socio, we have a little present for you, something that you've been asking for a while. Before we get off the show, I know you kind of been promoting it. You kind of seen it. I don't know if everybody's seen it, but we want to throw it out there anyways because it's important to you. It's important to everybody. So let's put it on there.
Hola, socio. Mira, aquí es socio. I told you I wouldn't let you down. There you go. I have to go to work. You know what I mean?
About work.
I have to go to work. Anyway, have a good one. See you soon.
Now, so I have a quick question, bro, and Nico, you can confirm this because
I take my shirt off
because you
see you soon.
That was my question.
Oh, no, dude, that's the part
that was my question. See you soon. What does that mean?
What does that mean?
I don't know, pero
¿Cómo fue, socio? ¿Cómo fue?
See you soon. Yeah, man, I'm down. Please.
We're gonna have to.
Tenía la berenjena, vos. Tenía la berenjena, boludo. Tenía la berenjena así.
We're gonna have to make a GoFundMe. So all the fans out there, if you can.
Oh yeah, hey, everybody chip in. Send me out there
so that we can send Socio out to London. That see you soon means like Thierry Henry maybe once.
I gotta jump on. Yeah, I gotta jump on it, right? Can't miss that offer.
Yeah, man.
Man, thank you guys. Thank you.
Absolutely, but
so
on that note, Socio.
I get it now.
Frankie,
what? I get it now. Frankie. I get why Socio has a little booklet, man. He's getting ready for when Henry comes to the U.S. and coaches. There you go.
Hold on, show me your plays, bro. Hold on.
Water boy, you seen the water boy? The water boy I have right here. I have the secret place.
The water boy.
All
right, guys. Let's
wrap up.
Let's wrap this one up. For Socio, for Nico, for Mike Turner, who we had on here. Thank you so much, Mike, for coming on from Soccer Capital Podcast. You were fantastic. Thank
you. Don't miss
first ever Tiffies.
By the way, very, very good episodes coming up this week. Thursday and Friday.
Guys.
Absolutely.
We have an interview. This Thursday we have an interview with an MLS player from NYCFC,
whose name was dropped on this podcast if you were paying attention.
And then we have another guy.
And then on Friday, 8 p.m., Hercules Gomez. Don't miss that one out. That one's a great, great episode.
I'm here trying to give just a hint. He gave out the whole name. All right.
Yeah,
so for all of you,
he dresses better than you, Socio. That is confirmed.
Oh, I mean,
we've seen the pictures.
100%.
Yeah.
So
he's got a stylist.
For everyone out there, follow us on Instagram, Twitter. Drop the questions that you want to ask Hercules, and we're going to ask them on the show.
Guys, please.
And before we go, make sure you subscribe to this video, to our account on here. That way, hit the little bell. That way, when we drop a new video, if you are not available to watch our live shows. Just like always, we're here Tuesdays and Thursdays with the English and Spanish. And every once in a while, we have those Fridays, those Wednesdays where we drop those special editions. So you definitely want to be on the lookout for those.
Give us likes. Hit that like.
Once again, for Nico, for Socio, for the rest of This Is Futbol podcast, hey, we love you guys. Thank you so much. We'll be back with you on Thursday.